Before we start about the sharing session and also the discussion, let me introduce in a brief about Sugahara Sensei before deliver his enlightened sharing. So Sensei, let me introduce you about you in a brief. And our presenter today is Takuya Sugahara, and he would be like you to call him Sugahara Sensei. Yes. He was born in Japan, 12 February in 1966. And actually, he's recently have a birthday. And Sensei took the agriculture as a major in educational background in Kyushu University and received his PhD degree in agriculture in 1993. Move to the working experience that has started at 1994 in Ehime University as assistant professor and become associate professor in 2006 and become a professor in Faculty of Agriculture at Ehime University in 2013. In 2013, Sensei also became the Director of Food and Health Sciences.
Recording in progress.
Sciences Research Center, and in 2016 become a special aide to the president in Ehime University. And in 2023 become the Director of Food and Health Function Research Center. Until now, and move forward for his numerous study which has been undertaken to explore about food science, functional molecule science, animal cell technology, and also he has published more than 170 international academic papers. And the first number of his study, he has got the award in Agricultural Chemistry Encouragement Prize from Japanese Society for Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Agrochemistry in 2000. And poster award, Nabelatin suppresses monocyte chemoattractant protein 1 expression by regulating MAPK signaling in 3T3 L1 cells in 2017. And here us could wait to listen his sharing to us about his extensive experience in writing international publication. Okay, without any further ado, please welcome Sensei Sugahara. And Sensei, the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much for the nice introduction. My name is Takuya Sugahara from Ehime University, Faculty of Agriculture. Like to start the presentation. Yeah. Today I'd like to introduce Okay, thank you so much. I'd like to introduce my experience about the paper writing, especially in the international journal paper writing. So the next, please. Yeah, it's just my CV and already moderator or introduced. So I'm graduated from the Kyushu University Graduate School of Agriculture, and then I moved to the Ehime and the Ehime University as an assistant professor in 1994. And then now maybe almost 30 years in Ehime University. Next, please. So this is my research achievement. So as moderator introduced, I already now published 178 papers. And then first author papers is the 26 of 178. And corresponding author papers are 86 papers. And then most cited papers according to the Scopus. So the nobility suppressed, nobility the flavonoids in the stress. So maybe the barley also famous in stress, right? So the nobility suppressed the adipocyte differentiation of 3T3L1 cells by insulin and the IBMX mixture induction. So this paper is published in 2012. The cited as almost 1969 cited. So the paper proceedings, all papers are written in English, but it's just at the academic conference proceedings. 77 papers, and then review. I already published 50 papers, but it's all written in Japanese. Patent are also very important for the collaboration with companies. I already registered patent is 24th. The Scopus facts and peer-reviewed paper 178, and the H index is 28, and then total cited number is 2,491 cited. So I also collaborated with the other universities, including Indonesia. So the international co-authored paper is the percentage of the international co-authored paper is 23%. So the 1/4 of the paper, almost 1/4 of the paper, were published with the collaborator in outside of Japan. Mainly in Indonesia. So I collaborate with the many researchers in universities in Indonesia. So the percentage of the top 24% journal is 45%. So this is my achievement. So I also I still continue to research and publish papers, and then I have some experience about writing papers. So I'd like to introduce one of my according to my experiences. So I'd like to start the paper writing. Next, please. Next, please. The how-to writing papers. So the paper is just a story. Yeah. So according to the experimental facts. So the very important point is the introduction. What is the purpose of the research? So the introduction, we need to express our purpose for publishing these papers. So and then of course the material methods and the results and the discussion all very important. But the introduction is quite important for the writing papers. Next, please. So at first, what is academic papers? So the academic paper is technically based and systemic document that describe new findings. This is the important point. New findings is very important. So the novel facts. So we need to study about some topic, but it need to the new facts should be evaluated. So the academic paper also new findings or research results in particular academic fields. So the new fact is very important. So we need to study about evaluate the new facts. And then the academic papers are usually published in academic journals. There are so many academic journals, very high level, from the very high level, and just I don't know the number of levels. So there's so many academic journals. So we need to choose what paper we want to publish. And then our conferences, and then are intended to contribute to the achievement of the discipline. The academic papers are expected to make original contribution, a new one, and original one. So they're based on theoretical considerations and empirical data. Authors must express the content of their paper clearly and rigorously. Very clearly, maybe we need to express our experimental data in very clearly and very easily understanding. So the misunderstanding is bad situation. So we need to express our data and some discussion and very clearly and very simply described. And it is also important to clearly describe methods and the results. So because the method is also, of course, very important, because the reader of the paper can be, as mentioned in the letters, other researchers can reproduce them. So the readers, some researcher readers, can be reproduce the result as you did. So this is the reproducibility, and reproducibility is very important, because this is the very important point for the academic papers. So someone do some experiment, and then the other one just reading the paper can also do the experiment, and they can get same result. It is a very important point. Next, please. Next slide, please. Okay. So the structure of papers, the first one is setting the topic and clarifying the purpose. So the purpose, what is the reason why you did this experiment, you did the study. So selecting the topic, choose the topic that matches the purpose of your research. And research possessing literature to find unresolvable problems and new perspectives. So as I mentioned many times, new one is very important. So maybe the researchers are conducting the experiment to evaluate new evidences. So the new evidences and novel function, novel facts should be expressed in the papers. Second one is clarifying the research purpose. Clarify the overall purpose in the paper and explain how it will contribute to the readers. So the publishers publish the papers on academic journals to show the readers' interest. So the reader's interest is also very important. So the readers choose the academic journals to get some information about their research. So the academic publishers should maybe choose the papers to fit for the purpose of the academic journals they are publishing. So we need the author. We are authors, right? So the author should choose which paper should be submitted. We need to carefully choose the academic journals to fit the purpose of our studies. So the second one, the research on previous research, literature review. It's a review papers. The importance of citation. So review paper is different the original papers. Review is research on previous researches. So the importance of the citation is important. When citing the other research, actually cite the source and confirm the reliability of the literature and the position of the research and systemically investigate existing research and carefully the position of your research. To point out gaps and limitations in previous research and show how your research solve or expand on them. So this very important point for the it's a review paper. It's also very important for the showing the new evidence and showing the new information about the field. Next, please. So this is the structure of the papers. As far as the title also very important because we need to get the interest of the readers or publishers. So they give your research specific and attractive title. Attractive title is very important. So that's succinctly describe the contents of your research. So very attractive title is, you need to think about the attractive title on your papers. The second one is the abstract. Consistently summarize the purpose of the research and the method, the results, and the conclusions of your research. It is usually about, it depends on the journals, but almost 150 or 250 words. So you concentrate your purpose, methods, and the results and the discussion in the almost 200 words. So normally we review the papers for I'm sometimes review the papers for the publication or not. So at first we read the abstract, of course. So the content in the papers, we can know the abstract. So if the abstract is not so informative, so the paper may be not accepted. So the abstract is very concentrated and very important point for review for the interest of the reviewer is concentrated in the abstract. So we need to carefully prepare the abstract. The second one, third one is the introduction. Explain the background, the purpose of the papers. As I mentioned before, the introduction is very important. So introduce your research and what is the important point of your research in the academic field. So they explain the background, the purpose, and the importance of your research in your field. They clearly state the problem and the motivation for the research and set the research question. So it's for the readers. Readers will read your introduction. So if the introduction is not informative, so the readers will not read your papers. And the reviewer also same things. If the reviewer read your papers, of course, first reviewers read abstract, and then next reviewer will read the introduction. If the introduction is not informative, so you should express the importance of your research on your study field in introduction. So the fourth on the methodology, explain the detail of research methods, experiments, survey methods, and the data collection process used. Should be clearly described. The methods used to ensure reproducibility. So the ensure reproducibility is very important. Someone, as I mentioned, someone read your papers and then do the same experiment in your paper results can be obtained by the readers. So it should be ensured the results very clearly mentioned and should be clearly mentioned, exactly mentioned, so the readers can do the same experiment and can obtain the same results. It is very important. So this is very important for ensure your research is a fact, right? It's a story, but based on the facts, experimental facts, not imagination, right? So this is ensure the research is a fact. So someone do the experiment along with your research. However, they cannot obtain the same results. It is a very bad situation. So the readers will think about this is the fact or not. So if the readers do the same experiment and get almost same result, the reader can believe your data is a fact. So the fact is very important. So of course, if you are conducting research should reveal the new findings, new facts. So it should be facts, right? So not imagination. It's a novel. It's not just a story based on the facts. So the results, they present the results of your research, organize quantitative data and the qualitative analysis results using table and graphs. At first, if I start publishing, preparing the papers, at first we start to draw the tables and figures. Figures should be clearly mentioned what we want to say. So we need to select the figure type bar graph and some statistical graph and the scatter plot. We need to choose the best expressing figures we want to show, right? So the bar graph is best, or bar graph is best, or the scatter plot is the best, or something like that. We need to choose the best way to the expressing data. In table also it should be informative and but easily understanding the results, right? So the at first we for me preparing the paper, I start the drawing figures and then tables and then make the stories along with the data. And the result section present the result of your research. Organize quantitative data and the qualitative analysis results using table and figures. Then discussion, interpret of the results and discussion. Then in light of previous research, compare with the previous research. And then what is the priority of your research? What is the new findings the previous research cannot be achieved? And then, so this in discussion section, you need to express your research purpose, and then after as a result of the your research, what you can be achieved. So as in discussion, I also mentioned the significance, limitations, and the future challenges of your research. If in your new papers, if it not be achieved the final goal, but is it okay? So the final goals mean the challenges of your research, next step. And then in the middle of the way to the final goal, but it's okay. You need to express what will come next research, and then we perspective the what you should do next step, and then you mention in the papers what you should clearly mention in the what you need to do. You need to do the experiment, do the research to achieve the final goal. So this the discussion section is very also important for the research for the researchers. So you can mention the your dream of the real research along with your research results. And then the readers will be very interested in what will come the next research. Readers can know what your purpose, what the final goal, and then what will be your research contribute to our life or something like that. So the conclusion briefly stated the main conclusions of the research and indicate the significance and the future directions of your research. So some journals no conclusion sections, but some journal have the conclusion section. You summarize your result and summarize your next step. And then reference the list of the literature and the sources using the appropriate citation style. So the reference style is quite different between the papers, journals. So you should fit. Your research section should be fit to the each academic journal. So quite different as far as the authors and the title and the years and the list of the contents is quite different. Way to the mention of the contents is quite different. As far as some journals start from the title of the journal, difference of the title of the journal, and then authors and the year. But the other journals, as far as the authors and years, and then after that the titles. It's the order of the titles and authors, years, volume, and the journal name, and they're quite different between the journals. So you need to be right for fit in the appropriate citation style. Okay, next please. Yeah, thank you. So the logical writing is very important. So this is the first part of the how to write. The coherence and the clarity is very important. Write coherent sentences to make it easy for the readers to understand. So the readers can be easily understand your what you want to express. So it is a novel. It is not a novel. It's a genre, a paper. So you need to write very clearly and simply write down. So the English grammatic errors is not should be not. You have to check the grammatical errors, and then so the very important point is the readers can understand very easily, very clearly, and no misunderstanding. And avoid unnecessary information and roundabout expression and aim for concise and clear sentences. Then the logical structures. Make sure each section is logically connected and flows coherently as a whole. Make sure each paragraph has a clear topic, and that is impossible to predict what will be said next. Okay, so but it is not so difficult, but sometimes the researchers mention very deeply mentioned, and sometimes it cannot be understood by readers. Very complicated. So you should write very easily, even though it is very complicated. So the easy understanding and clearly understanding is very important for the academic papers writing. So first step is the presentation of data and the evidence. Objective evidences. When explaining the result of research, present evidence using data. Data-based evidence, right? So it should be fact. Experimental facts should be expressed in the figures and tables. No modification. It's illegal things. Modification of the data is illegal, right? So that you can communicate visually in easy to understand way by using graphs and tables, figures. So you need to choose most effective way to express your data. Graph is better or a table is better. You need to choose which contents can be easily understand your data, your experimental facts. The analysis and the interpretation do not just present the results, but analyze the meaning, the impact. So just mention the results. The addition of, for example, addition of the flavonoids, increase the immunological protein production. It's just a result according from the figures. But it is just a result. But you need to add some your opinion why the flavonoids can be increase the immunological protein production. So you need to speculate the maybe it flavonoids can increase the gene expression level. So then the next step next step we evaluate effect on gene expression level of the flavonoids. Then you can show the next result of the effect on gene expression levels. It should include introduction of the next results, next figures or tables. So visually analyze the meaning, the impact. I mentioned here that do not just present the results, but analyze their meaning. What does it mean? And then what come from the next step? They consider the relationship with the theory and the hypothesis behind the data. So you should in the result section, but you mentioned just explaining the data. But what is the fact? The figure can the figure are expressing. So you also mentioned the result section about the how to read the results. You should include the result section. Yeah, next please. Yeah, and the critical thinking and originality, critical perspective. Compare your research with other studies. You should reference. You can use the reference papers, and then you should compare with the difference. What is the difference between your data and the previous other researchers' data? So then you should show what is the priority of your papers compared with the previous researches, and then you should show what is the new evidence, what is the new fact you can evaluate, you can express. Clearly state limitations and areas for improvement to increase the credibility of your research. So, and emphasize originality. Make it clear how you provide a new perspective or research approach to existing research. So you should show how what you want to express in the papers. The readers want to know what is the purpose of the research, and then what is priority of your papers. So the readers want to know the new experimental procedure from your research, or how your research show the new evidences. And number 7, style and format. Article style. Use the correct style, citation style. And according to the journal or society you are publishing in, the proper citation and reference are essentials. And then approach appropriate language. Use the academic language and keep your writing conscious and formal. Also, you should to provide definitions or technical terms when you use them. So normally the international paper are written in English. So the English skill also very important. But these days, and the AI and some Google translation, they're very useful for the translate the translate your content. If you use the Indonesian language, but you can translate the English. But it's not but sometimes not enough. The AI and the Google translation is not enough. So you need to read the translation date, the translation contents, and then you carefully check there are no grammatical errors, and especially technical matters is not used. Should be you need to check it's not incorrect or correct. And then, or sometimes you can ask some your collaborators to check your English. So the English it should be written in the accurate, good no grammatical errors. So the grammatical errors, if we I review the submitted papers, sometimes English quality is not good. So that in this case, we will stop the review and then send back, check the English, just saying the English, no contents. So it is very important to write in correct English. Next please. So revise and proofread, self-proofread. Once you have written in your paper, take some time to review it, check or inconsistencies and typos and the grammatical errors should be corrected. Get others' opinions and ask a colleague or supervisor to read your papers and give your feedback. Third set of eyes can provide new insights. So maybe you can ask your collaborators to review your papers before submitting. So some different point of view. So we sometimes we can know the some point we dismissed. So then you had better ask someone to check your paper before submitting. And then along with the suggestion of the collaborators, you modify, you revise your papers, and then you revise the sentences, and then revise your data expression, and totally revise your paper, your contents before submitting. So the ethical considerations, treat data with integrity. So the data integrity is very important. Collect and analyze data in honest manner, so as not to fabricate or distort research results. So you should express your data, no modification, just along with the experimental results. You need to show only the fact, no imagination, right? So you should check before submission. Check the submission guideline. You should at first if you choose the journals, you need at first you will read the instruction for authors. And then along with the instruction, you prepare the papers. The title and affiliations, abstract, and limitation of the words, and then introduction, data, and the results, and the discussion. And then reference. Reference, as I mentioned, reference is very important. They're quite different between the journals. So check the submission guidelines. Check the submission guidelines of the intended journals or academic society, and make a final check to ensure that the format and content completely with the guidelines. Finally, carefully check every detail before submitting. After submitting, you cannot modify the contents. So before submitting, you carefully check your contents, figures, and sentences. It's along with the explanatory facts, and you mentioned you mentioned the clearly, and then you mentioned the easy understanding, and then some your next step for your experiment, and your future of the what is the future of the experiment, and what is the future of the results of the mentioned in the journals. Yeah, next please, maybe also final one then. So they have to choose suitable papers. Choosing the right journal for your research is a crucial step in the publication process. So research focus is a match to your for your research. It's very important. The success of your paper, the visibility of your research, and its potential impact are often influenced by the journal of you select. Identity the scope and the focus of the journals. Research the journal's aims and scope. Ensure that the journal publishers work in your specific field of study and it fit the topic of your research. Each journal has a clearly defined focus, whether it's the theoretical, methodological, or applied. If your paper doesn't align with the journal's main areas, it is less likely to be accepted. So should be you need to choose carefully. You need to carefully choose the academic journals you submit. The focus of the research field is the same, match with the experiment. The target audience. Understand who reads the journals. Is it aimed at the researchers, policy makers, participationers, or more general audience? Make sure you work research the right people. So it's based on the research, the topic of the journal. It can be easily speculate the scope of the journals. So that we need to choose carefully. This is the reason why you need to choose your journals you want to submit. So the focus is very important. Your experimental data should be delivered for the appropriate people, right? So this is the focus, the fit or the focus of the journals. Okay, next please. So check the journal's reputations, the impact factors. The impact factor is a commonly used metric to guide the visibility and the influence of the journal. However, does rely solely on the metric especially since it can be field specific, and then consider the metric like the 5-year impact factors and site score or aim factors for a more comprehensive view. The reputation and rank looked into the journal's reputation in the field. Is it well known and respected journal among peers? You can gauge this through the reviews from other researchers, citation of articles from the journals, the editorial boards, credentials, and indexing ensure that the journal is indexed in reputable databases like Scopus, Web of Science, and PubMed, depending on your field. Indexing increases the chance of your paper being found and cited. So when you choose which journal can accept the papers, you need to check the focus of the journals, and then of course the rank of the journals is also important. Your result is a fit for what kind of rank of the journals. So the deeply expressed and deeply conducted studies is a very high impact journals. However, just simple data. Simple data is not bad, but it's very good. But you need to check the content of the journals. You need to check what kind of papers can be accepted. Yeah, we can easily check the content of the papers. What kind of level? You need to know the level of the journals. So you check before you're submitting the papers. You check the content of the papers already published in the journals. So they compare with the papers with your paper, and then almost same level or high level or low level. So you can easily check the level of the journals in your field, and then you can submit the appropriate level of the journals. Okay, next please. So they consider the type of journals. Open access was subscription based. So nowadays the open access journal is very increasing, but its cost very high. Subscription based journals might have less visibility, but may not acquire you to pay for publication. But open access journals have the advantage of higher visibility, but they often charge authors. So publication fees are very high. So it is one of the point of view of which journal you can submit. Yeah, open access journals produce many papers, and then they accepting the many papers, but very high cost. And the traditional one or hybrid journals. Some journals offer the hybrid model, where authors can pay to make the present papers open access within the otherwise subscription-based journals. And reprint availability. If you are interested in this disseminating your work early. Check if the journal allow or even encourage reprints. So almost the papers provide the PDF file of the papers after published. So this part is not so important. So but you can maybe you will be provided the PDF file of the already published papers. Open access journals you can check if it is open access journals. You can visit your journal site, and then you can easily retrieve your PDF file of the papers. And then other not open access journals, the publisher can provide the PDF file of the papers. Okay, next. Maybe this final. Next, please. So read previous issues. Quality and articles. Go through recent articles in the journals. Do they align with the quality of work you aim to publish? This can give you a sense of the journal's standards and whether your work fits the size. So you can check the previous article published in the journals, and then you can easily check the level of the journal, and then we consider your research paper can be fitted to the journals, and then you choose which journals can be accepted your papers. And then even if variable the journal's audience and reach international and local. If your research has global relevance, choose the journal with wide international audience. If it's not a region-specific one, look for the journal with more localized relationships. The impact of the study is globally impact or local impact. So if your study is local impact, so in this case you had better choose local journals. But if your content, it's also you can also consider which international journal is better than local regional journals. You can consider your papers, and then you choose international journals or logical regional journals. So it's the topic, your matter topic of your theme of the research. It fit for the local one. You had better choose regional journals, but it can be expand in the international matters. You can choose the international journals. And the citation and distribution. Find out how often the journal's articles are cited and how widely they are distributed. Some journals may have strong regional research but are less likely to be cited internationally, which could limit the impact of your work. So this is the one of the point you can you will choose which journals fit for your research field, research matters. Okay, next. Okay, this is the overview of from my experience. So the academic journals, academic papers, writing academic paper is a little bit difficult, but it is very interesting. So the researchers, the purpose of the research is spread your research result to the worldwide or regional areas. So opening your research is very important for the researchers. So the one of the way to spread out your research is academic papers. Internationally spreading or regional spreading, both is very useful. But you have, if your research can be spread in the internationally, so you have better choose the international journals to submit, and then accept it after peer review, and then publish in the very important point. Okay, thank you so much. If you have some questions, yeah.
Well, thank you for the sharing. Yeah. That's about the discussion, sharing discussion from Sensei for today. It's about the research, how to write a research paper that will be your assignment, your final project for finishing the S1 degrees. So it is just like the most important things that you have to pay attention with. And also, I believe that you all have many questions in your head about the research paper that will be that you will do in the end of the 8 semesters, or in every single subject that you have in the lecturing session. And then for now, I would like to invite into 3 person for the first session. Okay, if you have any question, you are allowed to have a question. Okay, from the participants that from the online or in virtual on Zoom, you are allowed to have questions to ask to the Sensei Sugahara. Okay, there is one question in here. Is from, yes, from Aryawan.
Yes. Thank you very much for the chance. Firstly, I want to introduce myself. My name is Wan Aryawan Warstana, and I want to say a little bit Japanese language. Konnichiwa, Miss Sugahara Sensei. Here, I want to ask a simple question for you, especially for the topics for the paper or scientific writing. When I'm writing a paper or scientific writing, the first thing I really confusing is the topic. So how to choose a good topic for the research, Sensei Sugahara? Thank you.
Yeah, choosing topics depend on your research, right? So what you research in your research fields, you choose the topic just on your interest, what you are interested in. This is a very important motivation for the starting research and conducting research. What you want to know is a very important point to select your research field. Yeah, just your interest.
Thank you very much, and arigatou gozaimasu.
Well, thank you, Aryawan. Maybe the other students, do you have a question? The students first, okay? Yes, the next, Eddie.
Tes, cek, satu. Chicks, okay, thank you for your time. For the first, let me introduce myself. I'm Ikomang Edipera, and when I make some papers, like you said before, we need make something new. And my question, how to get new finding and make a paper? Thank you.
Yeah, in my field, we do the experiment, and then a new finding can be obtained from the experiment data. And but research is a very field, and social science, in the social science, you can questionnaire for the residence papers and something like that. So maybe this the new facts, finding new facts is uh, in actually not so difficult. You just your interest, and then what you want to know. What you want to know, it means that no one knows, right? So if you want to, if you check your website or something, you can get the new information you want to know is it's not new facts, right? So but you cannot obtain from the website or something journals. It is a new one. So your question, from you, according to your question, if you cannot find out your matter you want to know, not can be obtained from the website and from the academic journals, it is a new one. So you conduct some experiment or some research on the matters. You can obtain new facts from your experiment or your research, some from the maybe the questionnaire, something like that.
Check. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Eddie, for your question. And then the next question is come to Miss Purnami. Is that okay?
Yeah. So thank you so much for the presentation, Professor Sugihara. So good morning. Based on what you have explained before, it's very detailed presentation, but I think it's too theoretical for me, honestly. So I have a simple question, actually, that for the international publication, how to create such an outstanding research title? That's my first question. Could you demonstrate on the slide to compare the average or just the ordinary research questions, not research question, but research title, compare to the like a police research title in the eye of the publisher of the international publication could see which one is quite good, which one is very good, like that. Yeah, I think only that my questions. So I need the the category of the great research title, and then the demonstration. Maybe a bit hard, if you mind it. Thank you so much, Professor.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as I mentioned, research title is very important. So should be very attractive and informative, but in the short sentences. That's not short sentence. Not only maybe in the research title should be mentioned in the maybe less than 30 words, something like that. So in this very short sentence, should be include your research field and the research purpose, research results, and then you the title is the title is the attractive from the readers, very important. So sometimes we use the maybe the second slide, my introduction slides, and my best most cited papers is actual site titles. Can you show the papers? Maybe slide numbers 2 or 3. Can you show my presentation slides? Maybe second one, something. This one, this. So the most cited papers, nobility and suppresses and adipocyte differentiation of CT3 cells by insulin and IBMX mixture in induction. So this is the title of the papers. The substances is the nobility, and then the effect of the suppressed adipocyte, and then for the focus on the matters, the element cell. This is adipocytes. And then but the effect of the nobility, and then the effect on the 3T11 cells by induction to the in differentiation for the adipocytes. So in these titles, the matter, and then the effect, and then the what is the materials affected by the substances. So this kind of easy understanding for the readers, and then maybe what is the purpose of the paper is very clearly indicated. So this is simply indication is very important for the title and the journals. Yeah, is it okay?
Yes, for the first question, I think that's okay. But next questions is not answered already. So I need you to demonstrate, Professor Sugihara. So demonstrate how
Just
how
like
to
give a simple demonstration, like an example how to select title, just like this one that she means. Give her the examples of how to choose the title, the attractive title, how to develop it. So, for example, from this one, maybe it's because we are in a different sides, because Mr. Sensei is in the science and agricultures, and also we are in the educational things. So maybe about the research we are a bit different. Yeah, not much more in not much in experiment, but he as Sensei has done a lot of in experiments, so it's maybe the title will be a bit different. Yeah, and then the question maybe just like this one, to simplify from your side, how to what is it, from your experiment, and then how to gain how to attract the readers just like us who would not to understand about the science, for example, to attract to read your papers, just like this one. It's gonna be just like this, Miss.
Yeah, Miss Veda. How about we just through both of them, because we are in the like education field, and then Mr. Sugihara in agriculture. So just one title for agriculture and one title for education. How about that? Yeah. So we want to demonstrate how to create such outstanding research title for international publication. That's it.
Oh, maybe you can give Sensei just like the things that as the example, the topic just like the example, whether it's about the languages or about the computer science or about anything that we have in here. It's like the language or something, the title.
Uh, I love languages, so maybe in language I have a basic, just a basic title, improving. Yeah, just go with improving. Just improving the children or students' comprehension through what's called like game-based learning method. Yeah, that's just simple and then not too attractive. How to make it more captivating in title. And about agriculture, wait, I'm still thinking about the title. Pupuk, apa ya pupuk? Fertilizer, yeah. Maybe this is too, yeah, not too outstanding for the title. To improve the fertility of the soil through ABC.
The readers' interest to read our research